Hoću se sjebat, nemam tak. Bro, you should leave that phone immediately if you're training. So if you are currently holding your phone or maybe during your training sessions, then maybe you are doing something wrong, most certainly. And why am I saying that? So if you are, let's say it's a regular day, you come, pack your bags, go to the Phoenix Park, do get the stuff out, make the ideal environment for training, set aside your deal up, make a deal about what are you going to do that day particularly, and or before you exit the apartment, then you focus and do the exercises and do them, and then after you've done all of that, you should go home and continue with your regular life, regular life, and you should continue with your regular life. And what is the problem here? It sounds like you are having an awesome 100% productive session, when in actuality it's not. It's never like that. You have it's raining, so I have to make this fast. Okay, so I noticed quite recently that I was really in a hurry all the time, because all of the time, and I was preoccupied with other things that didn't correlate my training that I was going to do in 5 minutes, literally, and 10 minutes, and in between these sets. And as I was training, I found myself in the gym when I was doing calisthenics and adding some weights on my pull-ups. I've seen that most people are watching their phones, scrolling down, and really are coping in between the sets, when actually they are supposed to breathe in, breathe out, and think about how they should do the other set, the set that comes after the rest that they're currently enjoying. And people are really neglecting that rest, thinking it is just like casually swiping on the phone, messaging other people, or even sometimes I've seen people like doing those voice messages and talking, sending the audio messages to other people, or even worse, they're always interrupted by someone calling them, and interrupting the flow, getting distracted by some of these things, or even shortening their workout session because other people they have something arranged, some arrangement or some appointment for in the terms of some friends, or some friendly appointment, friendly meeting of basically hanging out with their friends after they finish the gym. I've seen many times in other people and people I've known that they are doing in the gym. There was this one guy. He was doing 1 hour gym workouts where he made 5 minutes of rest in between exercises, and he didn't do anything at all, anything properly. And he was always thinking, in his subconscious, he was thinking like, why am I? No, he was thinking where he's going to meet, what is going on. He was checking his messages, he was calling maybe, and the workout didn't go as well as he expected, or as it should be, or even a less slight slightly less destructive situation is when someone is always switching up songs and tuning in the sound and the volume of the phone. That's also bad. And when they're always talking in between the sets, and it becomes. I've seen many people come here. I've seen one friend group come here and train. Although that's rare, they train here and they make 2 to 3 minutes rests, and they really don't push themselves as much as they should be doing. And they basically, if they are talking about something, talking about some certain topic for a while, they forget or they got distracted by talking about that topic specifically, enthusiastically, and they engage in their set rather late and with not much of flow state and deep work state that they should be. So, and that's one of the reasons why people work out for almost 3 hours or 4 hours in the gym, which is insane. It takes up so much time. And I picked up this principle, this insight that I found in the book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. And he told that humans, so basically you can get in the flow state in 20 minutes. So it takes 20 minutes for you to get in the deep flow state and to get focused on your workouts. It can be with some song, but not switching up the song choice every 30 seconds, and just focusing on each rep and forcing yourself as much as you can. And people can only focus, have a deep focus and deep concentration in flow state, more famously called, for maybe 3 hours. If they are 3 or even 4 hours, if they are trained or if they trained as much in their mind. So there's also mind training. We can train our muscles with pull-ups, for example, and we can train our minds. We can train our mind by working, by doing some tasks. Same applies here. And lately I've been and if you are going, let's say there is so those are some of the things that you fall short to, and maybe that's the reason why you plateau so much in calisthenics. In calisthenics you have to focus real hard in order to do the skills. The skills are practically the final level of calisthenics when it comes to strength, isometrics, specifically isometric strength. For example, it's a different example. We're referencing the muscle up. It's a dynamic movement, and a lot of people can't actually do that correctly. So what they do is they give up on the exercise, while in actuality it's everyone can do muscle ups, but they are not focused enough and they don't practice the movement. And for the movement you need to be in a flow state. Every movement, so flow state, you have a movement, you have a technique of the exercise, so it's muscle up, and you have the flow state. Flow state is like an amplifier. If you can, if you are deeply focused while you are learning and attempting to do, you are most certainly after third or fourth attempt are going to master the movement, are going to get up there on the top of the bar. And to practice a movement you need repetitions, and for the repetitions you need time. In the time you need to be deeply focused. You cannot do that if you constantly do something on your phone, or someone is constantly bothering you, rather on the either on the phone or in the gym. If you are right there with a friend, mostly I would suggest you to avoid those situations. You can sometimes go and train with others, and that's mostly going to be something that doesn't require any effort. For example, not real effort. For example, like pull-ups and dips, push-ups and Australian pull-ups. Those are the exercises that you can do with friends, and it really doesn't need require you that much effort to do one pull-up if you are in the frequent and consistent training. But when you are practicing those skills, you need to focus and to put every bit of energy into that, into holding off those skills or dynamic movements. And one helping tip that I noticed is when I am doing muscle ups, I am constantly like saying to myself, talking to myself, like, good, this one was awesome, 5, 6, 7 reps. I've done 5 reps for the first time, and I said like, yoo-hoo, that was incredible. I never actually done 5 pull-ups before. That's first time that I actually done 5 muscle-ups. 5 muscle-ups, I'm sorry if I said 5 pull-ups. And right now, actually today, I just done 7 muscle-ups, and I was like quite astonished and quite amazed, because I was focused on I was focused, and I was in my mind I always said I need to get to that 7th or 8th rep no matter what, and I did that exactly. So the number 1 tip is to turn off, go in the don't disturb mode, block notifications, all of them. All of them, that I mean like all the unnecessary ones, like Instagram, YouTube, actually everything except maybe phone calls, phone messages. It depends really on what person are you, what is your persona, and what people are around you. Because if you don't have, if you have rather unserious people that are texting you about something so asinine, then you should probably, or some group chat, then you should silence that out and only use some notifications like phone numbers, or maybe even block all of them. When you train, go airplane mode, so no one can call you, no one can, you don't have those, you don't have internet, so no one is flooding you with that messages, especially when you have an iPhone and there's like that blitzing effect when you have notifications, or when there's a bunch of wasps and mosquitoes like out here, and it's raining, so I'm getting cooked here. And so you can, where was I? So so you don't receive all of that unnecessary stuff on your phone. You can always, so there's an option, you can group all of those mails, messages, and all of that into some sequent groups, and it all arrives right after you turn off the don't disturb mode, airplane mode, and all of that. I would suggest you to make your if you're listening to music. Although I prefer, I was doing, I was pretending to. No, I was actually avoiding to listen to music while I was working out because it's if it's like with the lyrics and with some elements that distract you, I can't like specify them enough. For example, it's here people listen pop and folk music that has a lot of text and a lot of emotions in it that it distracts themselves. I listen to instrumental music. I listen to if someone is Dragon Ball fan, if someone listens to Dragon Ball music from the series, like battle theme from the original Dragon Ball Z. I listen to that type of music where there's just like action. That I listen to music that I listen to music that reinforces me to do more reps, if that makes sense. So something, some instrumental, some, for example, I sometimes I listen to classical music when I work out, and I would that music that is like about partying, about drugs, about women, about vices, and switch on to music that mostly relates and reinforces physical training, specifically calisthenics and maybe even martial arts. And after you decided, you selected a few songs, then you made your YouTube, or even better, you download all the songs and make a playlist on your phone of maybe 1 hour, 10-hour music file where there's all of your music that you use for working out, and then just play that out, put your headphones and do that. In between the sets, avoid using the phone, and instead think about the set. Maybe it's going to sound a bit stupid, but think about something bad that happened to you in life, and use that energy, use your energy, your emotional energy, and that dark energy to really accelerate your to do far. You will if you do that, you will do far more than that dark. If you implement that dark energy in you, you're most certainly going to get over the bar if you are particularly bad at muscle ups, and you'll improve significantly more if you do that than if you just scroll down the Instagram section, watch the posts that your friends and people around you made, and other things that are unplanned, that occur randomly, and that doesn't benefit you working out there. Because if we are being honest here, you want to avoid those situations, because you're here spending your time increasing your getting in better shape, and we want to make that time as we want to make that time spent in the most quality as we can. So that time is so the time spent in the gym is valued more than the time of any other average or other people's time where they waste time in the gym rather than train. And I hope I opened some topics that maybe interest you and that you can further research. I hope that you now know the significance of the phone and how it can prevent you from getting in best shape. Because we want to be focused in, not only in our studies, work, 9 to 5, book reading, playing an instrument, or other mind tasking activities. We want to also be present in our physical training. That is I can say the most important topic in everyone's life. Because if you work out and if you're in shape, then everything other than that is going to improve, and everything other is going to improve and lead to success. I hope, and that's everything I had to display and expose. I hope you learned and have a much more significant view of how of the phone and the other distraction that happen in the gym or in training in general. And I'll talk to you next time, I hope soon. Peace.